To the Pit Sport Company, a company which have professional coach and committed to raise efforts performance. Here are the goals of our company. The first one, we aim to be a company which will leading the sport industry. The mission to promote ultimate fitness to the public, and further P for professional, D for well-training principle, and O for opportunities. Now, please enjoy our training about what we do. I'm going to introduce our company coach, Yo Chen, the lifestyle coach who has qualification of health and lifestyle coaching, and she is good at designing, maintaining people lifestyle for better sport performance. The nutrition coach, Danny, has master degree of nutrition and experience of promoting nutrition information to effort. Choi, who is athletic ultimate Phoebe player, a coach of Hong Kong women's team and performance coach in the Peak Company. She has skilled to give out technical support and analyze performance. Wang, the strength of conditioning coach, also a veteran badminton athlete. He is good at goal setting and give out program for effort. And Benjamin, the mental skill coach of the Peak Company. He is a skilled swimmer who have stress management experience, can help athletes develop their ability and performance under stress. In this case, our client is Yo Chen. She is 21 years old and 1.59 meters tall and 54 kilograms. She plays Ultimate Phoebe as a member of Hong Kong team under 24 years old, and she's a cutter in this team, could lead to run an open area and catch the dish. So she requests to have an ability to run at high speed and spinning action. Unfortunately, she got a grade 2 injury in her hamstring because of insufficient warm-up in 6 weeks ago. That's why she came for us to help her return to sport. About her short-term goal, she wants to restore her ability after injury, and her long-term goal is being selected into the Hong Kong women's team. Now, let us understand her lifestyle and help her achieve the goal. Prior to this, the information we obtained was approved by her to working with us on the project decided to maintain and improve her sport performance through integrating techniques and strategy into her daily life, training, and competition. Okay, let's get started.
Hello everyone, I'm lifestyle coach Yo Chen. Let's talk about what is lifestyle. Lifestyle is the interests, opinion, behaviors, and behavioral orientation of an individual, group, and culture. It is important to have a good lifestyle to the growth of an athlete. For the lifestyle machine, it is focused on 6 areas to improve health, which is healthful eating, increase physical activities, develop strategies to manage stress, form and maintain relationship, improve the sleep and cessation of tobacco. After that, I will analyze and suggest your lifestyle. Okay, let's move on to the athlete goal. It is used interview to load the athlete different goal. Here divided into 4 aspects. It is sport, education, others goals or commitment, and balance. For the goal of sport, Yo is in the under 24 Hong Kong team members now, and she wants to select into the Hong Kong women team. But sometimes she is lazy and misses the training. In order to increase the possibility of selection, she needs to be aggressive to get more practice on Frisbee and find out the weakness and improve it. About the education of Yo, she is studying the degree of sport coaching. Through interview, it is learned that she is doing well. When she facing the difficult things, she will ask teacher and classmate, and she will do assignment autonomously and meet the homework deadline. Moreover, about her other goals and commitment, she got a job with as kabaddi coach. She wants to make Frisbee and kabaddi be a mainstream sport in Hong Kong. And her final goal is to earn money to go around the world. Regarding his life balance, she feels herself very lazy, always miss the training and watching movie at home. So she wants to set the schedule and carry out. Also, she wants to go to bed early and reduce the time spent using in the training. Let's move on to the life skills of Yo. It is used the TICE lifestyle map to analyze her life skills. It is divided into 7 aspects, which is career planning, communication skills, teamwork, self-management, time management or organization, context and discipline, and support networks. For the career planning, you target to be the professional Frisbee and kabaddi coach, and she is existing kabaddi coach. So she needs to get a Frisbee coach license and more coaching experience about these 2 sports. You think her communication skill need to be improved, especially in English, because the main participants of Frisbee and kabaddi are foreigners and South Asian, and their language is English. You sometimes will skip the question because she doesn't know how to answer it, so she wants to improve her English level. About the teamwork, you'll always be the leader, and she is good at work and support with others. It is hoped that she will continue in this regard. Self-management is important to be a good athlete, but you need to improve on this item. She got low ability to setting target and execute on her own goals. And the time management and organization, she is not good to organize herself about daily life. She just marked the key day on the schedule. About the conduct and discipline, Jo has clear concept of the sports rules and all the key venues. She was no foundation of ethics code. About support networks of Jo, she aware of the support personnel, and she is low ability to improve by herself, so she finds us to help her. Okay, let's talk about the typical week and finance of Jo. As you can see, Jo always sleep until afternoon and never eat breakfast. Also, she eating irregularly and always eat at inappropriate time, especially in dinner. It is waste of time and unhealthy eating habits. Moreover, she sleeps irregularly. She spends too much time to watch TV in the midnight. To accept that she sometimes doesn't perform the training, she doesn't have any fitness training. This will reduce his physical quality and increase his chance of injury. I will make suggestions on this situation later. Jo is self-sufficiency. It was learned from her timetable that she taught Kabaddi 4 to 5 days a week. So in terms of his personal finance, his main income was obtained from teaching Kabaddi, and other income sources are extra part-time job and scholarship, such as the Talent Develop Scholarship and the Reaching Out Award from government. For the outcome of Jo, his main outcome comes from left-field eating, because no one will cook at home, so she needs to eat at outside every meal. And the second outcome is referred to travel. She wants to go around the world, so she travels every 2 to 3 months. And the other outcome were used in the entertaining, such as watching movie, karaoke, or buy some favorite item or clothes. And she will save some money every month for agency purpose. Okay, we just learned about her shortcoming and what needs to be improved. Next, I will make some suggestions to help Jo improve her lifestyle. As you can see in this suggested timetable, it is set up around 9 a.m. to wake up. It will have breakfast around wake up. After breakfast, it is the time to go to buy some food to ready the lunch. The meals are cooked according to the menu suggested by the nutrition coach. Make sure I can get what the body needs. And it is eating regular time. Have lunch every day at about 1 o'clock. For the dinner, around 6 to 8 o'clock, depending on her schedule for the day, which is start at the right time. Moreover, it just is supper after training to replenish body loss. And the most important thing is at the strength and conditioning training, the coach will train his fitness, increase muscle, and ensure softness. It can reduce the chance of injury. Let's see about what is your benefits if you improve this problem. About sleeping, wake up regularly around 9 a.m. and early sleeping time, it is good for the athlete to recovery after sport. And for the diet, breakfast after wake up, making lunch by herself, diet at the right time, and only eat supper after training. It can make you eating regularly and have enough time to digest, which can develop the healthy diet style. About the training, after Frisbee training, that will have a performance analysis session held by performance coach and mental coach. Also, at the strength and conditioning training, both can identify the weakness and strength of the athlete. It is hoped that can prevent injury and get the faster rehab. This is all about the suggestion to make sure she gets better improvement in many ways. I will leave it to the nutrition coach to explain what she needs to improve in his diet.
Hello everyone, I'm a nutrition coach Danny. Let me introduce about the nutrition part. At the top of the page is the background information of the athlete. She is 21 years old, 54 kg, 159 cm of the height. The initial body mass index is 21.4. 24% of the body fat weight. The short-term goal is decrease body fat weight to 21% and develop well diet habits. About the long-term goal is maintain well diet habit. Let's move on. This chart shows the norms of body fat. You can see this athlete belong the fitness range of the body fat weight. Do you know what is fat-free mass index? FFMI, which is related with body fat weight. FFMI is an alternative to body mass index, which account of a person's muscle mass. This chart shows FFMI range for women. You can see FFMI range between 16 to 17 for athletes. A little calculation here to show if the body fat weight decreased from 24% to 21%. The fat-free mass increased around 1.5 kg. If you follow healthy diet and enough exercise to improve the fat-free mass, it can bring some benefits to athletes. First, improve metabolism. Muscle tissue burn more calories than fat mass, so if you increase the amount of fat-free mass, you can boost your metabolism and burn more calories all day long. Second, improve strength. When you increase muscle mass, you improve your body strength. It can help athletes to handle more intense training and improve the sport performance. Now, let's move to the athlete diet habit. The data collection is using questionnaire, which is easy to collect data and analysis. The result of questionnaire, it is bad news. You can see no breakfast time, non-fixed eating time, always eating junk food, insufficient intake vegetable and fruit. Assume that the time difference between dinner and breakfast is 8 hours when you wake up in the morning. Your blood sugar is naturally low because your body has been using its sugars. This can cause your metabolism to slow down automatically when you wake up. which is why you cannot concentrate in the morning and feel tired. Therefore, when you eat breakfast, it can replenish your body's fuel reserve and start your metabolism, so your body starts to produce the energy needed for daily life. The other problem, a lot of junk food in daily diet, such as potato chips, pearl milk tea. It is high in fat or low nutrition value. Moreover, insufficient vegetable and fruit can increase calorie intakes. For example, when you don't eat vegetable and the space in your stomach is not taken up by the amount of vegetable, you will eat more food and increase your calorie intake because that food is usually higher in calorie than vegetable. So, there are some nutrition recommendations. 5 servings of the fruit or vegetable. Enough vitamin A, B complex, C, D, and E. Avoid junk food and try low-fat food. Eating regularly. Next, what is total energy expenditure? Before deciding a diet plan, we need to calculate the average total energy expenditure. It includes basal metabolic rate, additional caloric expenditure due to job nature, additional caloric expenditure due to activity, and thermal effects of food. After calculation, the following data is obtained, shown here. With this data, we can set a diet plan that is suitable for athletes. This is diet schedule. From this chart, you can see that there is a 2-hour gap between lunchtime to training time. As we recommend eating 2 to 3 hours before training to avoid affecting to digestion of the stomach due to exercise. After full meal, the digestion tract need a lot of blood to digest food. At this time, the blood supply is concentrated to the stomach. If you exercise immediately, because the muscle needs oxygen, the body can easily send the blood to limb muscle, disrupting the normal work of the stomach. Before exercise, it is recommended to intake high carbohydrate and well-protein food, such as rice, fish, and chicken. After exercise, it is recommended to intake protein food and carbohydrate to help muscle recovery, such as yogurt or soybean meal. American Academy of Sport Medicine and American Dietary Association have publicly acknowledged the importance of nutrition supplement after exercise, especially after medium and high intensity exercise. Your body needs to recover energy and repair muscle. That is, you need to take in some calories. This is the diet plan for muscle training day. During training, it can intake water and energy pass through sport drink or a protein shake. After training, eating some soda cracker. The diet plan special includes low-fat meat such as fish as a balanced fat intake because normal restaurant food is usually cooked with more oils. Therefore, when cooking at home, it is suitable to eat some lower food meat. Okay, the next chart. This is the diet plan for skill training day. This diet plan roughly is the same with diet plan of muscle strength day. Carbohydrate intake mainly pass through rice. So add enough vegetable and fruit to each meal. Absorb different vitamin to vegetable and fruit such as vitamin A, C, and D. At the rest day, I think it is possible to make dietary adjustment during tea time, such as adding some pure milk tea that is very light. In my opinion, it allows 1 to 2 times to eat junk food every week. Help athletes adapt to new diet plan. Of course, also pay attention to calorie intake so that I suggest choosing half sugar of pure milk tea. In addition, I also hope that athletes will have a better understanding of nutrition labels and try to choose some low-food snack to replace potato chips, such as dried fruit, no added sugar is better. Let's move on. What is anti-doping? Anti-doping constitutes a range of activity aimed to eliminating doping in sport, as well as protecting clean athletes. And the integrity and value of sport. To this end, it is the duty on all related personnel, not only athletes. Some athletes use of prohibited substance or prohibited method to enhance their sport performance. In this case, some personal problem may occur. For example, liquor addiction and drug dependence. Moreover, doping is destroying the core value of the sport, which is respect and equity. Respect is about having dignity for self and others. Equity is about opportunity for all to achieve. I hope that every athlete to support anti-doping to protect sport value. Thank you. Now, I pass to performance coach to speak.
Hello everyone, I am performance coach Choi, and here I have some information for you. 6 weeks ago, your hamstring had a partial muscle tear, and that is a level 2 injury. The reason for the injury was that she was late for the game that day, so she was no warm-up, and during the game she was hamstring muscle tear by a go deep fast speed run. Now she is the under 24 team members and her position is cutter. Her short-term goal is running and jumping level can be restored before injury. And the long-term goal is be a member of the Hong Kong women team. Before talking about the Yo performance analysis, I want to talk about how the performance analysis is important. Performance analysis can identify athlete weakness and strength. Also can find out the cause of injury. Injury is classified as overuse and acute. Many injuries are caused by incorrect posture. When we get the analysis of the data, we can give the best training of athlete. The cause of injury are divided into internal and external factors. Internal factors including skills and physical level, injury and physiological quality. And the next external factor including equipment, environment, weather, teammates, and opponents. Let's turn to the Yo injury performance analysis. As you can see, this is Yo before injury video. We can see she have fast reaction time. She can lay out. This is the best action with frisbee player. This is to show great effort and daring in the game. Also, she can read the disc. This makes it easy for her to deal the opponent's disc while defending, and easy to offense. Especially she is a cutter. Fortunately, she has this skill, but also she has some weakness. When she passing the disc, her full step is insufficient. This makes her often need to wait for the assistance of the handler after catching the disc. Also, when she was a defender, she pushed too much and sometimes let the opponent get the disc. Okay, let's move to the next video. This video is Yo after injury. After injury, her passing was more accurate, and she still can read the disc. But her big problem is her injury, and she still pushed her opponent. But her speed was lower than before, so she can't keep up the opponent at a lot of time. Also, her steering become invisible. This largely dropped down her cutting movement. The last video is Hong Kong women team. They have fast reaction time, well steering action, accurate passing. Also, they can lay out and read the disc very well. This is the score form of Hong Kong women team. You can see her catching, cutting, and defense skills are also dropped after injury. So her short-term goal is running and jumping level can be restored before injury. This will also allow her to get closer to the long-term goal, to be a member of the Hong Kong women team. In those performance analysis, I recommend she can strengthen her hamstring muscle and reduce the chance of hamstring injury again. So how can we do? In daily training, I suggest she have enough warm-up and add some skill, strength, and softness training. Sufficient warm-up can increase body and muscle temperature and reduce muscle elasticity. Dynamics warm-up can increase muscle elasticity and joint motion range. In addition to basic warm-up, can be add some dynamics warm-up that can minimize the injury and enhance the performance. For the skill and strength training, the first action was to practice a steering action. Her hamstring muscle were injured, and her sudden stop and steering movements slowed down. Whether a physiological or muscular performance, this action can help her to improve her cutting action. Second, this movement requires a high degree of balance and coordination. When the movement is perfection, she can hold a dumbbell on the opposite side. Third, this also training balance, coordination, and agility. In addition, squat can train thigh, hips, and hamstring muscle. The same principle with number 4 muscle. The number 4 muscle is squat. The last movement mainly training the hips, abs, and hamstring. Due to the lack of muscle stretch, the softness of the muscle is reduced, resulting in uncoordination injury to the body during exercise. Doing some cool down stretch after exercise can help speed up blood circulation and muscle repair. And those exercises can stretch the muscle in the back of the leg. It is the suggestion of my recommendation with you. Let's move to SNC coach to continue. How can we help her to come?
Hello everyone, I'm Chen Zhenwing, the strengthening and conditioning coach. Let's start to the SNC part. In this part, I suggest some tests to our target athlete, Yo. The purpose of this test is one to understand the personal capability for athlete and suggest different exercise. First is the strength and power 1 RM bench press test, because following the free play and running at full speed and involve upper body power and strength, so that test can measure the maximum strength of the jeans muscle group. This one is the inducement yo-yo test, intermittent recovery test level 1. Frisbee is an aerobic sport. Athlete performance with on yo-yo test. It means that our performance in training and competition to test the aerobics and intermittent capability. Next is the explosive power vertical drum test. Leg strength affect athlete jumping ability, loud limb strength, FS coordination, and in frisbee have many jumping action. So this test can test athlete jumping ability. Others, flying 30-meter sprint test. Frisbee need to quickly run past opponents during the game. Run quickly to the scoring areas is the main offensive method. So this test can test maximum running speed. Finally is the agility 20-meter shuttle test. Frisbee offense and defense required a lot of direction change. The height visibility is easily to get rid of the opponent. Cut, draw, and chain running direction are the basic elements of frisbee. So can test of speed, explosion, body control, and the ability to change directions. Here is the 1 RM bench press test. The result is 0.43, about the average level. About the yo-yo intermittent recovery test level 1, we set up the cones 20 meter and 5 meter apart. The subject start on or behind the meter line and begins running 20 meter when instructed by the CD. The subject turns and returns to the starting point when signaled by the recorded beat. The result is 13.2 level below average. Next is the vertical jump test. The athlete stands side onto the road and reach up with the hand close to the road. Keep the feet flat on the ground. The point of the fingertips is marked. The athlete then stay upright from the road and lift vertical as high as possible. Use both arms. The difference in distance between the starting reach height and the jump height is the squat. The result is 29 cm below the average. This is fighting 30-meter sprint. Set up cones as 0, 30 meter and 60 meter along streamlined, and timing gates if ability as 30 and 60 meter. The test involved 30 acceleration areas to approach the running to get up to their maximum speed. Then maximum sprinter over 30 meters. The result is 3.6 seconds, is below average. This is agility 20-meter shuttle. 3 marked stop cones are raised along the line 5 meter apart. Start as the meter line and push one hand down in a 3-point stop. On the single goal, she turns and runs 5 meters to the right side and touch the line. She then runs 10 meters and touch the other line, then finally turns and finish by running back turn the finish line. In this test, the result is 0.5 seconds is a range level. After testing, we can find that Yo has the following problem: poor power endurance. So I suggest some exercise to improve the endurance, the powers of the lower body, and maintain agility and upper body strength. So let's go to training. Our exercise increase 4 types: strengthening, core training, conditioning, and plyometric training. Strengthening exercise. This is unilateral training. So speed, squat, fit, stand in a lunge or stand in the lunge position with back foot on bench. Bend the front knee to lower into lunge position. Another thing is power lift to the ground. Extend the hip and knee to drive up to start position. The exercise could unilateral and bilateral jump performance. Upper body training, cowboy's face push the rope toward the forehead as the rope nears face, external with those shoulders, so that they end up making a double bicep pose. Returns the rope to the starting position in a controlling manner. This exercise can strengthen tricep to following the frisbee. On core training, this is a medicine ball torso turns. Sit with a knee bent and foot and feet flat on the floor and hold a medicine ball to the chest. You can take the ball to turn your right and left and go to the starting position, and this exercise can improve stability and balance, and can strongly used in the freebie. Conditional training, all cones is at least 5 cones, and place them in a line on the ground about 5 meter apart from each others. Pick a direction and starting as the medium cones, sprint to the first cones in then direction. When reaching the cones, you need to change direction and sprint to the next short cones. Change direction and this time run to the flat cones, where you perform one finish change of direction and sprint to the final flat cones. This exercise can increase speed, agility, and endurance. And next one is the scalar jump. First, a one leg stand and keep to jump left side or right side, and this movement need to keep jumping in the opposite direction. And this exercise purpose is to increase balance and coordination, which will help to reduce lower body training injury. Last one is plyometric training, increase hyperdrums and squat thrust. About the training schedule, trainings on Tuesday and Saturday. Week 1 to the week 4 have some different trainings. Thank you for listening. Following change to the next topic.
I'm Benjamin Chen Jiwing, the mental skill coach of the Peak Company. Nowadays, mental skill coach have become an important character in a sport team because when athletes feel stressed and high intense during the game or training, I will help them to solve the problem. I will give awesome support and adjust their mind to make their performance and feeling better, and then the result become better. In our clients, Brooke Chen, before the questionnaire, she said that she was afraid to use the injury part to do some explosive power movement and, for example, some layout and fly action which lead to vertical and horizontal jump to catch the frisbee, and she was afraid to injury caused by those explosive movements. And also she said she was not have skill enough and always relied to a teammate and caused her no confidence. And also she was afraid to against the people who taller than her and afraid for body contact and get injured again. She told me that she aimed to in the Hong Kong women team of Phoebe, but the problem caused she can't in. The first is a phase of re-injury after recover and no confidence, and so cause her cannot return to performance that before injuries. And here is the questionnaire. And I use this questionnaire is the reason is I can adjust the level of psychological level and the level of self-confidence and find the solution of those problems. And here are the result and in video recommendation. And here are the mark of each session, and 3 parts are high marks. That means she was terrified in those 3 parts, and I will explain it one by one. And first, motivation. The results show she was no mood to try her best in the games. A reference a general show that a good motivation will attract by a lot of things. So I suggest she have become more positive and think positive, not only thought she can't do something or because of she skill level not good enough and don't want to play the games. And also I will explain later. Second, the goal setting. Goal setting are the one important things who will related to her performance, and the result so she was expectation too high and caused more disappointing, and so I recommend her set a team goal or set a short and mid-term and long-term goal, and I will explain and talk about later. And then the self-confidence, which the 3 of the high scores. She said in the questionnaire can keep positive is important, could also affect the performance in the game or training. So I suggest her to join some low intensity match or games. I will go through in the final part. And then the anxiety and fear. Here is the high cost, and she thinks she won't succeed, and it will cause self-deceptive. And I recommend her to enough warm-up to protect her injury part, and do some simulated training to let her have mental prepare well, and the Pacific muscle training just follow the S&C training. Yeah. Also the relation. It will cause choking if she become high intense and cause her can't perform very well as normal. A good release can help the level of anxiety and fear level, so can help the top of the part to solve the problems. I suggest her to use self-talk. I will explain later. And concentration and focusing. The result shows she was easy to off focus, but focus in the game and in lots of sport is very important. And so I suggest she work as team, learn how to communicate with the teammate or doing the game and or training still important. I suggest she share with the team and get some feedback to know how she have to do the focus and what the other people will do if they can't focus. And the last part is imagery. Result show she can't imagine the game picture. This is terrifying because if she can't imagine it, a lot of things will be not able to do it. Because a good imagery can reduce choking problem, but she can't. And I suggest she trying to think the worst case in the game and let her be well prepared if those case will happen, and she will know how to do it. And this is the first question, the end. We found out she was very afraid to get injured again, so I used one more questionnaire to specific ask the injury physiological and test that she can return to sport and return to normal performance as she before injury. And here are the second questionnaire. And I use those questionnaire because it can find sheet how to face the high stressful during the competition and the games. Also, I can find her injury physiological level and the confidence level in the game and during the training, and also find the condition that she can return to sport performance. And here are the results. I overall find main results of the questionnaire, and she afraid to re-injure and getting pain and no confidence, no motivation, and afraid to use the injury part. So I recommend her 3 main way to solve those problems. First is self-talk, and then is short-term goal, and then the mid-term goal, and the long-term goal. At first, self-talk. I first explain how self-talk does it work. First, self-talk will give out some direct order and repeat it to let the athlete know how to do and remember the keywords. And the athlete can do before, during, and after the games. So every time they can use, or daily life still they can use of it. And also the athlete will use some mood work and to encouragement them to have positive thinking and let them to feel very good and perform well. So I suggest her to do it every game, every day, and I suggest she can talk some mood work to motivate herself. For example, you can do it, you can, and trust your leg and yourself. We are unstoppable like this. And I suggest her to talk inside her mind as the first time, and the following time I suggest her can talk out loud to let herself and the others know and make her feel better. And the short-term goal, I suggest her to do some muscle training for the S&C training. First, build up the surrounding muscle to protect hamstring, not only train the hamstring. And first, she should train by body weight and then increase it. after she have normal muscle size, muscle strength, and also 3 parts have to training, flexibility, aerobic, and muscle strength training. She have to do it. And also I suggest she study some injury case that know more injury knowledge and know the rehabilitation process and found the limit, what she can do and what she do will get injured again, and let her know more about how and why she will injure again. And here are some samples of the general. Final, the mid and long-term goal, I suggest you to join some friendly match that can increase her self-confidence, because when friendly match, the opponents not aim for winning, is aim for learning something, so they will feel friendly and no intense, no stress, and they can enjoy the games. So Youchen can do it on the match and make her gain the confidence, gain experience, gain how to face the stress during her rehabilitation time. And I suggest her to do it progressive schedule, because she have to join the women team. And I suggest after 1 to 2 months friendly match is a no intensity game. She have to learn. She have to join some high level game, for example local games, and to match with the local people and gain some experience when she have to face high intense, because she have to go the Hong Kong women team. There are so many stronger opponents, so she have to experience those things. And this is my presentation, and thanks for hearing.